Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the broadcast. We are back at it today. We are going to fix a flooding apartment complex. It's flooded multiple times. They've called us in to do just a little bit of finish grading, but it's going to be a lot more fun than that. We have got to take old Yeller the excavator with our tilt grading bucket and our digging bucket, because there is a large shrub that we have to pull out of the way and two small scrubs right next to the building. We're going to pull that stuff out and do some finish grading, maybe even do a little bit of drainage pipe installation. We'll see when we get there. Let's load up. Get fun, because there's a septic tank in here somewhere. I'll just have to crush that timber. Spin sideways so we can put as little pressure on the ground as possible. Actually, I'm gonna go backwards. Well, didn't hurt that timber a bit. Now, these tanks have been in since the 80s, so I'm just going to kind of tread as lightly as possible. Okay, so this is good for us. According to the picture, the septic tank is right where that tree is. I don't know why anybody would want to plant a tree over a septic tank, but probably because they did not know it was there. Let's see if I can lift up just a little. There we go. Just gonna have to kind of tote this thing along with me. It's always a good idea to have your customers send you the pictures from when they got the septic permits. I'm just gonna set you right here. This tree limb is in my way. I'll just shut my door. If I break it, I'll bring my saw down here and just trim it on off. Wasn't much any other way to access this job. Main thing, if you have to cross drain lines, do it perpendicular. Nothing a little bit of handiwork won't fix that problem. I think I may end up just having to huff this bush out manually. There's actually two septics on this project. I'll get out and show you guys the overview. Right there is my access to haul out this shrubbery. Here's my shrub. Let's see now. To do minimal damage to the lawn. If I think of it, I'll put a picture up on the screen at some point so you guys can see septic lines and all that good stuff is. All right, let's get out and investigate a little. According to the permit, directly out from the middle of this house is the septic tank, right there. And our drain lines are 3 50-foot runs going with the contour of the yard. So drain lines run that way. As long as I drive the machine up and down, hauling this shrub up to the truck to that driveway, we should not have any problem. So what's happening is there's a pipe crossing this driveway from this catchment bin here, and it runs straight into these trees. So they're dumping, this whole field is a bowl shape, and every bit of the water coming down through there comes to this one collection point. There is an underground drain that's supposed to come off that box right through here, and I'm betting this is it. They've got drains going every which way. That's what makes this difficult. But I don't know if it's clogged up or if it's just not functioning, or it may be functioning and they put an additional pipe in, but storm water is now coming through those bushes into this concrete run and under this bush. You can see the issue it's causing. It's gotten under that concrete, which is cracked now, into this bush, causing erosion. There's a drain pipe in there I'm gonna have to relocate too. Now what's happening, they put that drain in, which is not gonna work. What I want to do now, well, for one thing, is as little damage as possible. This ground is pretty hard, but what I'm doing is I've got my weight behind me and I'm tracking that way. So I know the septic tank is not here. See, that ground's good and hard. I'm just gonna take my time spinning on my boom there. Go ahead and get into this bush here. There's one. Might be a nice little package here. Make this to where it'll stay in my truck in one load. cedar. Now let's go ahead and get these other bushes. Septic tank is right. One clean out's there, one clean out is there. So I'm going to try not to get too close. No closer than I have to. Now along this sidewalk, you guys will see in just a second that somebody formed concrete here and it's actually holding water in, so I don't want it there. I don't want it there. We want that water to get away as quick as possible. One more bite. Let's see if I can reach this without getting too close to that tank. I see cable TV lines. The ground here. I ain't getting no closer. I'd better just stay where I'm at. Roll this bush out, maybe I can save it for him. I don't know if I'll be able to save that. It was one of those, if you can save it, fine. If you can't, that's fine, type things. Are you gonna want to try to fool with it? I had a feeling that'd be the case. All right, let me pick these sticks up and I'll check back in with you guys. The main thing was not to damage the septic, and we have not. Now again, those drain lines probably don't make it all the way to here, but just in case, I keep my weight side to side. Let me go get my dump truck and we'll get this bush thrown away. let's just do some straight through motions now. I found these two drain lines, which really, I'm gonna try to straddle these two. I don't think I'll crush them. As long as you can get drain lines 15 feet from the house and have fall, typically you're okay. Now, since we're in a deficit of dirt, I'm gonna pull my dirt back up this way and get it to where I need it to be, track it in, and then we can start grading back downhill. These drain lines, I'm gonna end up just cutting them out. Don't need you, don't want you, go away. I can always bring a trencher if he does decide he wants these back under, but the main thing is saving the inside of the apartments. Hopefully I can just work with the topsoil and be able to get grass to take really nicely. We're well above the drain field at this point. We'll let them roots all get air pruned, and it's gonna be hard to get this dirt to stay up under that sidewall, but we're gonna try. Just start here. Just pull a decent little kind of a grade. Now I'm going to track that in and we'll check back in. Alrighty, keeping in mind of where our septic is. We got all that. We'll start pulling grade back down toward us. Just a little bit at a time. Using this dirt. Now let's pull grade off of the concrete drain. Let all that water this way. we'll just turn that on and simulate a little bit of waterfall up in here. See if it drains. I bet I've got to cut that down a little bit more. Well, unfortunately, my media mod glitched out on me, so I'm just going to voice over here. I'm dumping that bush out at the yard. Now I am picking up germination bedding there. A whole bunch of grass seed. Now I'm just collecting all the debris that was left over from those extra pipes, and now I'm just smoothing out these edges, making that transition across that little low spot a little bit easier for future mowings of the lawn. Here I am pulling up and trimming the excess off the ends of the gutter drains. Next, I'm going to make use of all that topsoil and grass that I've gotten broken up really well to fill in a low spot to the left of the initial work area. Now let's trade out the tilt grading bucket back to the digging bucket. I'm going to use the teeth on the bucket to rake the ground and collect any clods of grass that just won't grade out very nice. I'm going to continue raking along to loosen up that top layer of soil in preparation for grass seed. Now it's time to collect all the concrete and waste pipe. I'll be taking this stuff back to my yard to separate the concrete from the plastic later, and haul it all the way to either the recycling facility for the concrete or the plastic to dispose of. Now I'm going back over the entire area with a hand rake to work out all the little imperfections as far as high and low spots. Now I'm going to scoop up what little bit of grass that was not usable and toss it over to the edge of the woods. Next step, we are going to cover the area with a generous amount of grass seed. It's hard to see, but I am casting the seed beyond just the bare dirt onto the existing grass. That way there's more of a taper with the new grass, and it isn't as noticeable that there was work done here. It is finally time to roll out the germination bedding. The area toward the camera from the sidewalk is a pretty flat area, so I wasn't really worried about which side overlapped which, but you will notice that when I work my way toward the right, or the upper right hand of the screen, I do overlap that from top to bottom. That way, if there is a large amount of water that washes down through there, it's less likely to pill up the germination bedding as well as wind. You all won't see it. I didn't get a video of it because all you would have seen is me bending over a whole bunch of times, but I did put staples throughout this area to help hold that germination bedding down, especially in the area coming off the edge of that sidewalk where they described to me a very large flow of water. Here is the finished product. Thank y'all so much for supporting me, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all on the next video.